And we are back. Another episode of the Chris Gray Show. I am your host with the most, Chris, and we got some things we're gonna get into real quick before we get out your effing hair. First, we are gonna open up the show with a little math problem. I know we always open up with a mental health thing, but this is gonna be kind of taxing on that. All right, pray with your neighbors. Let's go. What is the answer? What is the fucking answer to this shit? I know what the answer is, right? It just dawned on me today as to how you get the right answer to this shit, right? If you know the answer to this, please write it down in the comments, right? The first one who gets it right gets I don't know, nothing. Anyway, so yeah, that's that on that, right? It's been tearing the community up, tearing the effing community up. What else is next? Trump was on Dana White shit or Joe Rogan shit. My bad, Joe Rogan shit. Joe Rogan podcast. He was on that shit. It's cool, I guess. And Kamal was on Shannon Sharp, right? And I don't. It doesn't fucking matter what they talked about, right? You know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get incoherent babble, nothingness, word salad shit from Trump, and then you're gonna get. I've been a politician for X amount of years. I know how to play the game. Very basic. I'm not gonna say anything revolutionary. I'm not gonna challenge anything. I'm gonna be very basic, right? A whole bunch of nothing, right? From Kamala, right? So it's whatever the fuck you want to, whatever the fuck you want, right? So yeah, that's where we at politically, right? Vote, 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 vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for. Just make sure you're not voting against your best interests. Talking to you, black people. I'm looking right at you. Where we at right here? I'm looking right at you, right? Especially you black men. Um, know that neither candidate is going to do anything for you, right? They're going to tell you that they are, but understand that they're not going to do anything specific for you. So to vote with that mindset is very, very ignorant of you, right? No sitting president has done anything for one specific group or gender. Like, we're not going to do anything for the men of this, ethnicity or some shit like that, except for the time they did it for the Indians, the Asians, and some other people. But you're black, so those things doesn't extend to you. You have to understand that too. Knowing your place as a black person in this world helps you pick and choose your fights, right? Because you don't want to be where they say you need to be. You want to be able to go wherever the fuck you want to go, but you can't fight every single front when it comes to trying to achieve that. So that's what I would say about that. Vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for. I'm always gonna say that. Um. Mm, mm, Anyway, rest in peace, DJ Clark Kent. Passed away after the lengthy bout with colon cancer. I believe I'll put the truth up right here. Without him, he tells the story of on Math Hoffa's shit about how Brooklyn Finest was created, right? If that story don't tell you that Hove is the greatest that ever fucking walked the planet and shit and have been the greatest from a very early start, I don't know what to tell you, right? Nas might be hip hop's golden child, right? Because he is, because of what he's shown at a very, very early age, and it just kind of just carried on, right? But you don't hear you don't hear those things about Nas like you do about Jay. It doesn't take away from the lyrical ability or whatever. And to me, there are 1A and 1B, and you can have whoever you want at the top, right? Just me is Jay, right? And you hear stuff like that. Go listen to the Math Hoffa shit. Go listen to his fucking interview with DJ Clark Kent and listen to that, right? If you ever put Big over Hove, you wouldn't be able to if you listen to that interview, right? This is coming from a guy who's close to both people. So rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent. I know Hov is sick right now. You know. So yeah, shit crazy. Shit is crazy. Michelle Beadle's a fucking hater. I'm just gonna say that Bronny James is gonna have a long list of haters. Add Michelle Beadle to the fucking list. I don't give a fuck what she's impressed about. Like, I'm not gonna even put her shit up on the screen. I'm just gonna quick hit that shit. Pause. That sounded crazy. I don't want to quick hit her. I just want to get her the fuck out of here. Yeah. So fuck Michelle Beadle. Yo, real quick, because we're probably gonna end on some relationship shit. Like, check this shit out right here. And the ladies, the 4 ladies who do watch this shit, tell me who's right and who is wrong. For context, the white girl is the baby mom of the young man right in front of her, and that is their child together. The woman behind is the baby father's mother. So just so we all have an understanding as to what the hell's going on.
I'm not sitting in the back seat. You need to get out. You gonna sit in the back seat today? You need to get out. I'm not sitting in the back seat.
My mom's coming, so I ain't gonna lie. You don't have to get it back. What you mean?
What you mean you're not coming?
It's not that deep. Just sit in the back seat.
Okay, no, y'all not married anyway. I mean, we just going somewhere. You act like you gotta sit in the back seat forever. Okay, bye. That's real crazy.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. Let's take away, before we start this fucking conversation really quick, let's take away the fact that that was a white girl. Her being white makes no motherfucking difference to me. I just want to say that first and foremost, because I know how niggas get weird about that shit. Her being white makes no motherfucking difference, right? For one, the mother is 100% wrong, right? She's 100% wrong, right? I can see if she got to the front seat before the girlfriend or the wife or whatever, right? That's different, right? But to demand that she gets out of the car so you can sit in the front, and your whole thing is you act like you're gonna be back there for a long time, but that doesn't extend to you. No, you 100, mom, you are 1,000% wrong for doing all that shit, right? And the husband is wrong too for not sticking up for his girl, right? Even in front of your mom, like your mom was wrong, right? If everybody respected each other, the mom would have just got in the back seat. That just would have been it. Whether she felt like she should have been in the front or not is irrelevant. It's about what you do. What do you do now, right? Do you feel like you still entitled to it, even though there's somebody already there? No, that doesn't work for me. So yeah, a lot of them niggas was mad wrong, and she was right for getting in her own car and going, fuck it, fuck y'all niggas. Same way, fuck y'all niggas, right? Not caping for the white girl. I'm just saying, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, regardless of your ethnicity. Right, so black power shit, whatever the fuck, or black unity or some shit like that, shit that never fucking exists. I'm gonna tell you why shortly. I watched the Funny Marco interview, his Orlando Brown, Ray J interview, or wherever the fuck that was. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. I have no idea what that shit was. Right. I salute Marco because he didn't make some money off of just being mad incoherent, right? You know, everybody's playing a role, right? Orlando is nailing this shit, right? Whatever this character he's playing on this motherfucker, this shit is hilarious. It's also scary too because you don't necessarily know if it's really him or not. But I'm conceding to the fact that these are just fucking characters these niggas are playing now. All this shit fucking TV, and that's just what it is at this point. I don't believe none of you niggas. Everything fake. Everything fake. Look at this shit.
Ones. What's up with Nick? If you compare your career to somebody, who would it be?
Look how they be talking to this
Michael
nigga.
Jackson. That's me. Never. You're a liar.
Look what this nigga doing. Look, we can't have that. Look, we can't have it. We can't have that shit. He put his mouth on the mic and you know, he did what what motherfuckers do to the shit. Right? And Ray J played a straight guy throughout the whole thing. I probably only got through like maybe 15 minutes of it. But I salute Marco a lot. Not no bullshit way. Like he just found a niche fairly fucking quick. Like he was here just like that. It ain't like the nigga just popped up and he been here and he's been grinding for 50 years and shit like that. No, he was here and then it was here and you know he took off and stuff like that. So I salute him. But that fucking shit is I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what the fuck going on. But shout out to them. Shout out to Ray J too. Ray J ain't a young nigga no more, man. Like Ray J old as fuck too. Niggas is old. He just look young, like, because he refers to himself as a young nigga and shit. Like you're not young, nigga. We old. Shout out to Ray J though. Okay, before we get out of here, right, we're gonna delve into a little bit of relationship bullshit really quick, right? It's bullshit. It's bullshit, right? It's bullshit, right? 50 fucking 50, right? A generation of men and women that are so far removed from meaningful relationships that the biggest conversation about relationships is who gonna pay the fucking bills. Right? This information is probably gonna help men a little bit more. Right? Pay attention to what women say to you when it comes to this conversation of 50-50. And stop asking these bozos, stop asking these women what they bring to the fucking table. Right? Most of them don't bring nothing. You're not looking for that. Stop looking for stuff like that. Stop asking them to bring whatever, what do they bring to the table and shit like that. Right? Stop asking. They get you nowhere. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. Stop fucking asking that shit. But back to 50-50. This generation is so far and removed from actual meaning relationships with one another. And they're talking about splitting bill, who gonna pay the bills and shit like that. A lot of women will tell men that they don't want to go 50-50 because they don't want to work and do house chores at the same time, meaning that women are only responsible for cleaning up their own homes, right? Now my only pushback is if you get with a nigga and he just fucking sloppy and shit, you go to the nigga crib, is every time you go over there, that crib is fucked up. It's nasty, it stinks, it's this, it's that, it's all that shit, right? Do you think that dude is gonna be a great housekeeper when you guys cohabitate? And if that's a deal breaker for you as a woman, you probably don't want to deal with that, right? You can kind of help him like be better at cleaning, but for the most part, if you want the motherfucking crib to be clean, you're gonna have to do it on your own. Those are things that people don't take into account when they get with people long term, right? Because no matter how you put it, that relationship, once you start cohabitating, you start having kids, it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be. Because you're going to realize that you guys need both of each other. And you guys need to be able to lean on one another, right? Especially when you're raising kids, especially when they're little too. The stress that comes with that, right? But most women will tell you that raising children and keeping the house clean is solely a woman's responsibility. Do not let a woman tell you that as a man. Do not let a woman tell you what your place is in the home that you are building with each other, right? As a man and as a leader, you don't necessarily dictate roles. You facilitate the roles that people naturally fall into, right? And you kind of meld that into a way to create a productive household, right? Because I live alone and I got a lot of shit here, but it's not necessarily, my house isn't dirty, right? It's relatively clean. So whoever ends up living with me, whoever I end up living with, they can expect me to clean too. Because I clean, right? So my wife isn't just relegated to cooking and cleaning. No, because my wife needs to cook, clean, and work. Not necessarily work a 9 to 5, but be able to contribute money to the household. I'm always going to be on the side of this is not going to be something where you just get to sit around and reap the benefits of our labor if you're not contributing to it. Right? It's important that we understand that. It's important that we understand when we get into these relationships, we act like we want with one another, especially black men and women and shit. Black men and women tell you in fucking droves they want to be with each other, but will do every single thing that they need to do to not be with each other, right? Women are increasingly becoming the women that men do not want to be with. And men are becoming the men that women do not want. Who the fuck is wrong? It don't even fucking matter. The fact is that it's different, right? So 50-50 isn't really a hurdle. It shouldn't be a real hurdle for anybody, especially people who are single now. You pay 100% of your own bills. If I went 50-50 right now with anyone, my life would be fucking great. Right? If my girl lived alone and I was able to pay half of her bills, she would take that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. A lot of you would too. A lot of you would take half the payment. If you're really looking at it like that, if you're really looking at bills like that, you think the nigga gonna be like, yo, I need half of your fucking phone bill? Like, no. Make relationships however the fuck you want to make them. Stop making them according to what society thinks. Stop making them according to what your stupid ass fucking friend group thinks. Right? No one knows what's best for you outside of you and the other person in the relationship. And neither one of you two fucking perfect and shit. You guys are gonna always have a clash of who's right and who's wrong, but that's the relationship. Right? And you gotta navigate that as you see fit. But stop worrying about what 50-50 is. Half of you not gonna even be in relationships to even experience it anyway. Right? Everybody has unrealistic standards, and I think that's fucking hilarious. Everybody have the standards they have for one another are so far and beyond tangible or real. It's comical and stuff like that. A woman with no money can demand a man who needed to build himself up in such a way that he's able to take care of himself and a woman. And you want to be a woman who have absolutely nothing to contribute to that man, but you still want that man to take care of everything for you. A woman can just be like, I want that. Right? And feel right in her deserving that. Right? But what women are starting to understand is men are starting to feel the exact same way. All right, this shit ain't sassy or none of that shit. The shit is like, we always like women empowerment movements and shit. We like that, right? Because it's an assumption that since we're under the quote unquote patriarchy, that all men are empowered. We're not, right? We 100% are not empowered in our relationships with women, right? They're not looking for men's empowerment in relationships with women. Like, they know. They already look at men and they think we're the dominant thing, that we're dominant because of this. No, we're dominant because we can protect you if something happens. That's the only reason why, right? That's why we make all the decisions. Because if there's danger, you're not going to be able to defend us. I am. So it kind of just falls just to that. But, you know, those 50-50 arguments are really tough, right? I don't even know what the fuck that is anymore. I don't know. Because when I was married, we didn't have any issues with bills in any way. We didn't have issues with money at all, right? And she paid half the rent, right? What 50-50 look like to you? You think it's a split right down the middle of everything of all the household bills? No, because the relationships are just more than just bills and like utility bills and shit like that and car notes, right? My biggest piece of advice for women is just be the women that men want to protect and provide for, right? With and certain women can attest to this. When you're with a man and he's just into you that much and he's loving you that much, he really care about you that much and he's vocal about those things as well, you don't have to ask for anything. If he has it, he is going to be able to get it for you. He's going to be able to do for you, right? He's going to go the extra mile. He's going to take risk in order to make you happy. That's different, right? Because that's the type of woman that most men need. The type of woman that he would take a risk for, right? She's worth it. I got her at home. She's worth it, right? I want to do right by her, right? This is not about being rich or poor or ugly or good looking or fat or none of that shit. It's about whatever drive you got and whatever, and from a male's point of view, what she give you. If all she give you is nonstop complaining and begging, she's probably not the one you want to provide for. But most men know when they meet her, they know. I'll do anything for her. They know right off the bat. I will do anything for her. Right? Still might cheat. But that's what I'm sorry, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Also, that pop the balloon shit again. Great. It is that show shows you modern men how women are judging you. It's incredibly unrealistic and it's incredibly unfair. But that ain't the fucking point of all of that. Right? Like a lot of stuff like that exposes women behavior, men need to pay attention to that. Need to really pay attention to stuff like that, right? Because it gives you a snapshot of how women behave, how they look at you, how they think you dress, or how they think you smell, how attracted they are to you based on what they see from you and shit like that. Because as a guy, we be on our shit. I got my motherfucking sweater on, nigga. I got my hat on, my beard is right, nigga. My breath is cold, nigga. I got the motherfucking what I be wearing? I got Dior cologne on, all that shit. I smell good and shit. My dunks is clean. But then you get in front of that row of women and shit, and as soon as you don't even open your fucking mouth. As soon as you say, hi, this is pop, 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 pop. And they be like, you know what? I don't like that fucking sweater you got on, big dog. That shit trash. And it just be over just like that, and you're just dismissed out of her life just like that. And you probably thought she might be looking at her, like, this might be the one for me. So men, pay attention to that. It's a real good show. I'm always going to big that show up. Like that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Anyway, I've been talking your effing heads off for far too long. Go Lakers with 3-0. You know, I know it's still early in the season, but I might not be able to shout these niggas out anymore. I don't know. Bronny James, you're gonna get a lot of hate from everyone. It's up to you to prove them niggas wrong. Oh my mama, I see you doing that. So salute to Bronny, salute to LeBron, salute to Lakers, salute to AD, Westside Connect. Shout out to him. Or Connect 4, was what they went with. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Check on your own mental fucking health, right? You should be on the up and up. Everybody should be smiling and happy and shit. If not, smoke weed.